Body looking like fine wine, trying to have a good time. We out here trying to go off, show off, blowing off some steam. After working a 9-to-5 dream. Sometimes you gotta let loose, move your body smooth, shake butter, fruit juice. You gotta get down sometimes. I'm here for it, move yourself, grind. You see your haters in the back, leave them on the walkway.
Yes. How y'all doing?
Hello. Welcome to Dupardology.
That groove, y'all, is our daughter, Rachel Dupard. Please go out and support the young artist. It's out on Apple and it's on all music platforms.
Yes.
But it's called Out on the Town, by Rachel Dupard. It's a pretty nice little bop. So go check it out, y'all, okay? But we're here.
Our daughter.
Yeah.
So welcome to Dupardology. And Dupardology is the study of Reggie Dupard and LaChanda Dupard family behavior.
Our family.
And we have all kinds of family behaviors. We do different things, but we like to have fun. We like to have energy, and we do things.
Yes, we do things. So
that's what we do.
With that, we're not saying here's what we're going to say. We are not perfect. We don't know everything, and we're not always right about everything, but we will share. Hey, Natasha. We will share exactly what we think has worked in our 31 years of marriage.
And the topic tonight is to discuss 10 ways to support your spouse or your mate. Different people are married, some aren't married, so it's a broad subject, and it's just a topic that we think is needed today.
It's important, and one of our creative directors and Mr. Jonathan and NIKKI said we need to make sure we deliver this message the right way.
Right.
All right.
Exactly.
So we have worked hard prayerfully as well, just making sure, because it's hard to narrow down to 10. Right. So, Reggie, you want to go first?
I think I need to start off first.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, as the men, we're going to lead out today, men. And this is from my perspective. And let me just say this. We're still learning. 31 years, there's some things that have come up, like in year 30 that didn't come up all 10. So it's a process.
Absolutely.
It really is a process. But let me get started because I'm very excited about it. My first one is be positive. And why I say that? Well, because I've had experiences. I'm from New Orleans and I like to joke around, right? So when we're around friends, we're around family, my wife, we have fun, we joke, we talk. I grew up, my brother talking, that's what we did in the hood. My wife didn't grow up in the hood. She grew up in the rural areas.
I'm country girl. You don't talk about
she don't want you talk about her. She get offended. You talk about. I remember my brother used to say stuff about me.
Oh,
you didn't even like it.
He was horrible.
And
but making people understand.
Right.
I don't like being the center of a joke.
Exactly.
Reggie thought it was funny. Oh, it's just a joke. It's fun.
You gotta laugh when people say stuff about you. You know, that's what we do. We score. I mean, we used to, and I'm not proud of this, but my friends, we used to like talk about each other's mother and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but back to the subject at hand. Be positive, and like I said, you don't want your mate to be the center of your joke because they may not like that, and some may like it, but Miss Dupard, Miss Fontenot, she wants you to say positive things, and the best thing to do if you don't have anything positive, don't say nothing at all.
That's it right there. That's the
don't
ticket.
say anything
Just
at all.
Keep it to yourself, or wait till you get home. But please don't make us the center of the joke.
And there's some instances when you out with friends, things will happen. And you may disagree with something your mate, your wife, your husband.
Oh, yeah, that's
you may
a rough
disagree with something they say. Wait till you get home. Don't call them out in front of everyone and check them. I just find that works better if you just keep your mouth shut, young men and young ladies.
And when did you learn that one, Mr. Dupard?
About 2 months ago.
Yeah,
it's a process.
Right.
I'm not saying we're perfect, but I know you'll learn peace in the home is more important than you having something to say.
Yeah.
So peace is so important in my life. Peace. I love peace.
Peace that passes all understanding. All right, number 2 from me.
Are we finished with me?
That's your number 1.
Yeah, I know. We finished with being
positive. I thought we were going back.
Okay,
we finished with being
no,
positive.
I'm good.
Okay, y'all. I think we're finished with being positive.
Yes,
okay. Number 2. My number 2, which is my number 1.
Your number 1, right.
Yeah, we're going to just keep it in line. Number 2 is be available for your mate, for your spouse, for your boyfriend, girlfriend, because this applies when you're dating and you're going into a relationship. This is how you know if the deal will be sealed. Okay, so make yourself available only if he is following Christ, right? I mean, if he's doing the right things, you make yourself available. At no point are we saying if you're being misused or someone's mistreating you to make yourself available. Absolutely not. So this is all under the pretense that if a person is doing his best to satisfy you and the female is doing her best to do what she needs to do to make you happy, all means make yourself available. What does that look like? That looks like if I called Reggie and I said, Reggie, I need your help today. I need you to. I need your help today. And if Reggie says, well, I've got something else, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Can you call one of your other friends, or can you call?
You have to be, and it's almost like you set up a date and then you cancel a date. You know, if you say you're gonna do something, you have to be a person of your word.
You have to be a person of your word.
Because people lose trust in you.
They lose trust.
If you're not available and you can't work with them.
Well, I'm just saying.
There were times
early in our lives, I know that there were times when you had plans and you were like, I won't be able
Are we going to talk about me?
No. We won't talk about that.
Well, go ahead. Refresh my memory.
I, on the other hand, I was such a person that I couldn't wait for him to ask me to do something because I always made myself available. But then sometimes people will definitely take advantage of that. So you need to balance it off.
Right. I guess you got to balance it. You can't always be overzealous and that person not meeting you halfway. So it's all about equally being equal.
But and then the other part of availability is if your spouse is hurting or if they are just not feeling good or something is going on with them. You have to be able to stop. Listen, okay, I know I'm busy, but I feel your energy right now. What's going on? Are you okay? Do you need me to get you some water? You know, I mean, just today, I was doing something and Reggie came in and he saw I was busy and he was like, "Hey, have you eaten?" I was like, "No, actually, you didn't."
I don't say it. I just feel you.
You felt it.
I felt you. I didn't ask you anything. I knew my wife had a busy day. She's always doing stuff.
Yeah, so he came in.
She don't have. When LaChanda get behind this computer working with these young people and doing different things, she don't think about herself eating and all that. So only thing I know she's gonna have is her water, and so she's busy. So I just brought it.
He made himself available to me, not even having to ask.
Scrapped it together.
He scrapped together real quick.
Made it happen.
I'm like, you just walked in the door.
But that's love. That's love.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that for just anybody.
Okay, well, praise the Lord.
Okay, we know that.
Okay, well, we need to know that. Thank you very much.
All
right. So that's my number. Number two is being available.
This is my number 2, and men.
So this is number 3 actually.
But okay.
So this is number 3.
However you want to do it.
We got a list of 10.
I'm available.
You did the first one. I did the second one. Now you about to do number 3. Okay, number 3.
Yes, ma'am. See how I listen? Yes,
Not
I
always.
Say yes,
trust
ma'am.
me.
Well, I'm working on it. That's point in case.
Okay.
This men, you have to learn to listen. Very, 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 very important to listen. And I've learned, it took me a long time, and just sometimes you just have to be quiet and sometimes when we get into different, I guess, disagreements, because in life we have arguments, we have disagreements, we're going to have some things. You don't always have to be right, man. I remember I worked a couple of years ago at this job at a school, and I had this young man, and he and I argued because he was like, why I have to take the high road? If I'm arguing with my mate or my girlfriend, and I was trying to tell this young brother, hey man, you don't always have to be right. Even if you're right, you don't have to be right. And I'm still working on that. And the best thing you could do is you watch old couples. We were at your aunt's house.
Oh yeah, at a wedding.
Well, it was at the wedding, but then when I go to your aunt's house and her husband. He just humbly, okay, whatever she said. Older men, they get it. They got it because they just want peace.
They want peace. Everybody want peace, but y'all sometimes have a hard time of listening. So I'm glad that's number 3 on the list is listen.
And sometimes you just got to know you got to take the high road. And there's nothing wrong with that. And peace that passes all understanding. And so men, and you may not understand, but trust me, as you in this business or in this marriage for 30 years, and I'm still working on it, sometimes if you just listen, God will work it out for you at the end.
Yes, he will.
Because it don't always have to be right.
No, you don't.
And there's so many different examples that I have that I could share, but I'm just not going to share because I don't want all my business out here.
Well, you gave one.
Oh, and by the way, the young man that I was talking about, he wasn't married, so he don't know what he's talking about. He never dealt with a woman in a, because one, you can have girlfriends and friends, but until you bind that knot, it's a whole different game. You know, before I got married, I could say whatever I want to say, blah, blah, blah. But once you get married, it changes the game.
It changes the
and
whole
so
game.
he still ain't married. So
Right.
if he probably want to be right, he
Right.
can't find him a girl. Because you got to be humble in marriage. You know, God has made us the head, but God, sometimes as the head, we need to sometimes take the lead and be humble.
That's right. That's
okay.
right.
Do you agree?
I totally
And you're probably
agree.
saying to yourself, but you still don't do it.
Well, no, you are getting there. 2021 has been a new year of
It
you
has.
turning over a leaf, Mr. Dupard. I love that. So
Right. Amen.
it takes time. You know, we're all human beings. I don't want him to change so much that he is exactly fitting the mold of who I want him to be.
No, I'm not. I
already
can't do
know
that
he's
because I
not.
don't even know what mode I'm in
Okay.
sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Okay.
So understanding that, we're going to move on to number 4.
Okay, number 4.
But listening is so critical. Let me go back again. Listening is so critical because sometimes I can say something and Reggie will interpret it as something else. And so then we have to use our words after I realize, no, what you're understanding I said is not what I said. So then I have to go back and reiterate, well, this is what I said.
Is that the Mars Venus thing?
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yeah.
A lot of times, yes.
Because I sometimes have problems.
Because y'all don't like to use your words.
But maybe not all men. Maybe it's me.
And you don't like to listen. Well, no, it's not just you. I mean, I see it all the time. And my girlfriends, we talk about it all the time. Men sometimes just don't listen. Y'all, anyway.
Ms. Dupard, you got to go from A, B, C, and D. And sometimes that just take a lot of energy.
You don't like those steps.
Well,
I like steps.
with men, and I'm learning, I just can't assume she knows what I'm talking about. And I'm 30 years, I'm still figuring you out. And I think with the pandemic, by us being home
it forced us.
It forced us to learn more about one another. Because we always, you're working, you're running around, you're doing this, our lives are so busy.
It's so crazy.
And we're
So,
traveling
listen,
and doing
that's
things.
a lot. That's a lot.
My.
Listen.
So what you got on
Number
your next?
4 is advocate for me. Advocate for your spouse.
Advocate.
Yes. Advocate for your mate spouse. That means what that looks like is not allowing other people to disrespect your spouse. That means not talking about your spouse.
Right.
If someone says things about your spouse, then you need to say,
Speak up.
Yeah, you need to speak up and advocate. Well, no, that's not quite.
No, we don't do that.
No, we definitely. In fact,
and
you
that's
would do
still
better
part of
talking
support.
about me than you would about my spouse. I mean, I'm gonna stand up and say he is definitely misunderstood a lot of times, and people in my family always thought he hurts people's feelings and he just joke. He talk too much. He just talks too much. I said, no, he don't talk too much. Reggie just like to have fun. But it's really those people that are insecure, that have issues within themselves, that really is rubbed the wrong way. Now, I'm rubbed the wrong way when I'm the center of a joke.
All right.
That is personal, okay, when you make a person the center of a joke. But if you're just having a good time and you bringing laughter out, everybody don't think everything is funny.
Right.
However, advocating for my spouse looks like making sure I protect him. Making sure that, and you know, there's a scripture in the Bible that says your heart should be the graveyard of your husband's sins or anything that he does. I know women all the time.
Right.
My husband
you don't
did
say you don't talk about your husband's business.
No, you don't talk about your
his
husband's
faults.
business. I don't want to hear about nobody's
his
faults.
Okay.
You know, he's this and who's that. But
Right.
why are you telling me? I think you need to be telling him about that
Right.
and having a conversation so y'all can fix that, right? But at the end of the day, I do understand.
I think that's very important.
Yeah, when you cross boundaries, when you let or allow friends to do that kind of thing. But if you're in a counseling session with a professional, then of course you can vent and talk about those things. Okay, so advocate is number 4. All right, Mr. Dupard.
Now some of mine are almost like phrases. It's just I can't just put it in one word.
Okay, number 5.
But for number 5 for me is find out what your wife likes. And what I mean by that, women and even everyone, they go through different things emotionally. Life, even during this pandemic, it was stressful, and you're dealing with a lot of things. You have to feel the vibe of your wife. And with me, some people say, "Hey, give her flowers." And we don't just do things like on holidays. Matter of fact, we don't. To be honest with you guys, we don't do Valentine's Day.
Oh no.
We don't do all of them different man-mades. They're not people. That's us. That's how we are. To me, it's a hustle. They're gonna hustle me. I don't need no one to tell me. And this is my way.
We never did
This is
start.
the Dupard way. We didn't start. We didn't do that. But I don't need anyone to tell me when to do things for my wife. So I find the days. I know what she likes. She don't want flowers because they're gonna die.
I don't like flowers. I think it's a waste of money.
But she got a sweet tooth.
Oh,
and she likes fine chocolates.
Chocolate. That'll make me do a dance, baby.
She do a happy dance.
I do a happy dance.
Oh my goodness.
Got me
She
some
started
good chocolate though.
And my wife, and she's telling the truth. She just and she don't even realize she's doing it. She just start dancing. And I was like, wow. So you got to know when to do those things, and they don't need to be planned. You just do it, and those things enhance the marriage, and it shows the support that you love your spouse.
That's right.
Don't wait till
feeling
somebody.
each other's
Don't wait till
energy.
no holidays.
No, you gotta feel the energy. I might be. Listen, I always tell Reggie, don't wait for Christmas to give me nothing, because I may not be here for Christmas. You can, if you feel
you're gonna be here.
Well, I'm just saying, I could put. It's not promised.
Right.
So
we're not promised, but your family, they live forever.
Look at Vaughn say, not a hustle, Pops. That's what he says. It's a hustle.
It is.
He has convinced me that we're not doing Valentine's Day.
We're not. These days, all of them days are made to take your money for you to spend money. All the go buy something.
Right.
Why you gotta tell me when to do something for my wife?
That's right.
I don't roll like that.
That's right.
So, we gonna do what days we do? We do anniversaries. Some Christmas. We don't go in debt for Christmas.
Oh no, we don't do all that. No, we don't.
You
do
can ask
all
our
that.
kids that. We don't go in
We
debt.
do special things. Christmas, well, that's a
That's
whole
family.
nother subject. That's family
That's
time.
family.
You
Yeah.
eat and be happy and
Exactly,
enjoy,
exactly.
movies together and
Right.
just
I
have
don't
a
think
good time.
the kids had a lot of trees.
No, with
Just under
your-
the trees
no,
this year.
no.
We're gonna get one thing or something.
Kids, they grown.
I'm sorry,
What's
they grown.
See, he thinks that he
Yeah.
still thinks Jonathan's 12 and no, he thinks Jonathan's 17 and he thinks Rachel is 12. Yeah. Vaughn, he thinks you right there with Jonathan too. So listen, NIKKI, listen, baby, the new addition to the family.
Oh, my
Okay,
goodness.
listen,
Yes,
I know.
We're so happy to have her. We're
So
very happy.
Christmas, and that's the other thing. Backgrounds. Certain people love those big holidays.
Mm-hmm.
We're not big holiday celebrators, okay?
Well, but we did do things for the kids.
That's right. But
Yes,
they not. We ain't talking about the kids.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
I know you
My
stuck.
bad. My
We got to
bad.
get you unstuck with that.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
All right. So feeling the vibration and knowing what your wife or your husband or your significant other or mate likes. You got to be in tune with that, because let me tell you this, if you're trying to close a deal and get married, it's important that you use these tools before you get married, not after you get married. I wish I would have had somebody to teach me some of this before I got married, because we thugged it out. We just thugged out our relationship to the point where we were like, okay, this ain't working. And I'm upset about this, and I don't know what to do about it. So we're moving forward, right?
Right.
Number 6. My number 6 is advocate acceptance. That we have to be aware, which is kind of like
Did you just take my pen?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Lord. Be aware of what's happening in your spouse, significant other, friend's life. Because, for example, if you're in a relationship and there's a death that happens, everybody processes death differently.
Right.
If your spouse or significant other is just not feeling it or not happy about it, just don't know how to deal with it, stop and take that moment to talk to them about it. be aware of what's going on in their lives. Don't just rush through life, just going about everything.
Right.
When you experience certain things and you notice a certain look on their face, and you'll grow to this. If you love a person, you'll start to grow to it. And you can notice, like Reggie, I'll be like, what's going on?
Just the spirit.
I can tell.
It's the spirit. It's
I
a
can
spirit.
tell.
It's a spirit.
It's a
tell.
spirit. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So for those that are not married, what you want to know is that when you are married and you sleep together, this is why the bed should not be defiled. When you sleep together, biologically, you become in tune with one another.
Right.
We are so close that sometimes in the bed together, our heart is
Wait. Don't be talking about what we're doing in our bed now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But look,
I wasn't gonna go
I
that
thought
far.
you was going to say something like, sometimes we'll say the same words, we'll have the same thought. You can't,
We don't be thinking in the bed. We
don't need to go in the bedroom now. Let's keep the bedroom,
All I'm saying
in the bedroom.
is,
But I'm just go ahead.
all I'm saying is, you become biologically. God has set it up that way when you become in tune with one another. So
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
And we do think the same things, and like we'll wake up in the morning and we'll have the same thing God has shared with us.
Yeah.
And we match.
We match it
it's
up.
Like wow.
We match it up. That's right.
But that's as one. You have to be as one. That's why marriage. That's what it's all about.
Awareness. Be aware of the energy. Be in tune with your star players so you can be in tune with your star player.
And I think, and if you're not in tune with the person, I don't know if that might not be the right person for you.
Oh, absolutely. That's a good one right there.
No, well, it's the truth. Relationships are, you can't force them. It has to work out. It's like things have to come together. And if you're not clicking, you're not vibing, that might not be the person for you.
It might not be the person.
And you don't want to waste your time because life is short. Now, some people are in it for little different things, but when you start getting in your 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 years old, it's time to start settling down. I assume everybody,
because how many parties can you go to? How long are you going to be out there partying?
Going to clubs and doing those different things.
Before you know it, life is over, and it just passed you by. Right?
You got exactly.
Which brings us to a point that sometimes you have to help your spouse or your mate know that they need to settle down and it's time. Because this one right here, woo, he fought it. I was like that fish. I was just fishing and pulling him in. And every time I thought I had him in, he just jerked me back out. And I had to try to pull him back in again. It was back and forth and back and forth. Finally,
well, everybody's not like you. So you go for what you want.
I'm pretty aggressive on that.
And I'll tell women this all the time. That's dating. Some men, we don't know what we want. We'll just ride this thing out. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to show them. And I mean, you did the little things. I was impressed. And, I like my mom did a home cooked meal. I like when you just smothered me some chicken with some rice and gravy, and we didn't have to go out to eat. Those kind of things close the deal for me. The things that I remember as a child and just the family things. And so and you got to show the man that he needs you.
You have those values.
Yeah, well, you got the values, of course, all the values, because he's looking for certain things. Like, if he's raised a certain way, he wants those values.
Absolutely.
And then at the same time, you got to be like, hey, player, let's it's time for you to let's focus on this relationship.
Let's talk about some things here.
Yeah.
Okay. How many years are we out? Are we T minus 1 year? Are we T minus 2 years?
God, and God is important. It's important to put God in there too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Right, he always has to be the center of it.
Okay,
we always got to be.
And hit him with God. That's a good thing.
That's right. That's right. I see you out there, Nikki. That's right. Nuggets, girl. We're trying to throw the nuggets. You and Vaughn.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So then awareness. So that
was yours.
That was mine. Just being aware.
So what number are we on now?
We are on number 7.
Okay. My other phrase, the emotional support.
Ooh.
Because like right now, everyone is dealing with different things emotionally. And you have to meet those needs emotionally. And I sort of know what my wife needs. For instance, and we both have, she can tell you what I like. But like when I see her going through stuff, I don't even say anything sometimes. I just go rubbing her feet.
Oh, yes, man.
Because my wife got toed feet. I don't understand.
Why we gotta talk about my feet?
Because it's built like a high heel
But
shoe.
why we got to talk about it? Now you demonstrate
but,
what my feet look like.
but I have to do, and I understand it's uncomfortable the way your foot is made, but it fits good for high heels, even though you don't wear them anymore.
No, I
she
don't.
got a high, what is it called?
I have a high arch.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yes.
And so I'll fix her arch up.
Good.
Now,
massage.
I done bragged about you. Now I need you to tell these folks, 'cause you don't know what I need when I'm in bed or I'm not feeling well. And what do you do?
His emotional
emotion
sports
thing?
looks like this.
Tell me what you
It
need
is
to do.
so simple, y'all.
Tell me.
So I am into essential oils because I believe that they relax you.
come in,
They
you
stimulate
go in
the
there,
senses.
You go in there, right, right.
Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
They
Yeah.
stimulate the senses. And one of his favorite oils is lavender.
Right.
So what I do at night is when he's lying there, because his stress, he handles stress completely different. I'm raggedy with my stress the way I handle it. He handles his by deep thought. But that's why you got to be in tune. That's why you got to be aware. That's why you got to know. So when I see him lying there, and if he's suffering, he has a lot of headaches as well. You know, all that stuff came from concussions in the NFL and all, but he has a headache almost every day. So I will take the
Right
oil.
here.
Take the oil.
I'm ready.
I'll get the oil and I get right in those temples.
Right there.
Right there.
Right. That's
And
stress
I
right
just
there.
Right
there.
I rub and massage the oils all across his temple and especially in his head.
Yes.
And almost
you'll hit me here.
Yeah. I'll put it there first so he can smell it
right.
while I'm massaging his temples.
Yeah.
And it's such a relief. And it feels tight. But
because I have the soreness, that's where I keep my stress.
the tension,
right?
it's tension.
We figured that out. The tension, exactly.
Yeah, it's tension.
Right here, and I am sleep.
Emotional support. That's what our emotional support looks like.
So her is the feet, me is I guess it's just the temple of
It's the temple. So find out what your emotional support for your
and
mate
if you don't know that, you need to know those things about your mate. You really do. You need to know what she's not, there's something wrong with. Boom, boom. You got to get to action.
And that's true.
Because it's about pleasing the other person. It ain't about yourself. It's about pleasing the other person.
That's right. And the other thing is, the other part of that is, everybody don't like have their feet rubbed. Some people are ticklish. They like,
and everybody don't like touching people's feet.
Everybody don't like touching.
No, touching people's feet. The head is okay, but the feet, people, I can see people say, "Oh, Dupard's a foot man."
We're not touching. Now, he is definitely not a foot man, but he knows.
Yeah.
He knows. We got a question out here, Reggie. How do you go from what you think your partner needs, to what you know they need?
Repeat that.
How do you go from? Let me put my glasses on just to make sure.
On.
Just to make sure I'm saying okay.
See, when you get old and letters get small, my goodness.
How do you go from what you think your partner needs to what you know they need?
How do you go from what you think they need to
Is it trial and error? Yeah, pretty much.
When it's new, and it's a process.
It is.
Because I believe over years, even people change sometimes, and their feelings, their emotionals, their body things. But I know there's a core thing of what people like, but it takes time.
But
Don't it takes time?
It does take time. So what this person,
individual saying?
What he's saying is, what you like, you think they need,
Right.
or they don't know that they need what you're going to give them. And so all
you
of
got to try trial and error.
Trial and error. You got it's communication.
Communication is so very very important.
For an example, you like this?
This is
Oh
fine.
no, I don't like this.
I can do that, but at the end of the day, there's some key things through trial and error that that makes them, and it's a consistent thing.
Yeah.
It's consistency over time.
Going out could be another example of, you might think that your mate need to go out when sometimes your mate just want to sit at home with you and have some quiet time and enjoy your energy and enjoy your space. And I know as women, we love that, but y'all want to be out doing stuff, have people around, all this other stuff. And it's okay to do that.
Well, now you're the go person in this family.
Yeah, but everybody don't like to go, and you're not the go person, so that's why I use that example. You'd rather stay.
TV. Yeah, I'll look had TV. I don't want to even go to the game. I don't want to. I don't want to sit at the game.
Yeah, he would rather stay and chill.
Watching
so
TV.
It's almost like you have to have a list. Okay, he or she. All right, I tried this one. I don't like that one. Okay, I tried this, and then we always forget to ask, what is it that you like? What do you think you would like to do? You know, what's going to make you happy? What's something that really makes you happy? And start gathering a list of those things.
Right.
So that way you're not automatically thinking.
That's a good question, though.
It's a very good question. Very good question. Vaughn.
Because
yes.
Man, that's tough.
Good, Jonathan. I'm glad you're loving this. So the thing about it is understanding yourself and where you came from in your background,
right.
and then understanding their background and because it's totally
I'm
different.
I'm glad you said that. And a lot of things that we do in this relationship that we have, some of it's from what I've learned from my parents or what I seen them do, whether it's wrong or right. Because my parents, they were like, people like to argue.
Oh, yes. Oh, my word. Yes. Not argue. Debate.
No, I take it back.
It was a debate. It's a debate.
Because no one ever got mad.
No.
And when it was over, it was over.
It was over.
Right.
But it was so petty, which has overflowed into our lives. The pettiness is so real.
And that's what we do. We do argue.
That's Dupardology for real. That's a generational curse.
Yes. I hope my son
Jonathan,
don't do
it
like I do. Because he done seen us in this house all about petty stuff.
But that's a good thing. They've seen us and they've seen us resolve it.
Yeah,
so
amen. It's a plus.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So you up? What's your?
I was going to say something too. I had another point I wanted to make about that, but that's okay. We're good. All right, number 8.
And I just want to add. I want to add something to that. In sickness, like you have to nurture when your mate is ill, not doing well, or your friend or whatever, however you would call these relationships. I know what to do. I know what you need, you want, and everybody's different. I found that out that you need certain things. You want to be attention. How do you need? What you need? You need ice. You need this, and you want to be babied almost. I don't know if that's the word. I don't want to say the word. What's the word?
Because
Is it affection?
I'm trying to take.
Okay, my bad. Okay, I don't let you talk.
Because
see,
you know what?
Man, I gotta listen.
You don't listen. See, but boom. The thing about it is, I'm a wuss when it comes to pain.
I
do not like pain. I do not like no sorts of pain. I will take an Advil. I'll take a Tylenol with the quickness. When I tore my ACL, oh my gosh, that was horrible.
And I wasn't there for her. I just thought it was a little sprain. And my son.
That's a great example. Let's talk about that.
It wasn't just me. My son was there too. Him and his girlfriend at the time.
NIKKI
They did nothing. Yes. They did nothing.
I completely tore my ACL, but that's not their responsibility. They're not my spouse. You are. Ooh-wee. How about that?
Okay, but I thought it was just a little sprain.
I know. So that's what it goes back to awareness. Being aware.
I didn't feel
what could you have done differently? You could have came over. You could have said, well, what is
I didn't even drive you home.
You were like, because one thing is I'm pretty tough, okay? I'm a pretty tough camper. So he thought, she'll be okay. So I drove myself home on a torn ACL.
Wow.
Because they went home and thought it was just a sprain.
Okay, yes, and I'm sorry. I was
still
wrong.
am traumatized.
And I'm still apologizing for that. I apologize for the 25,000 times.
Okay, so going back to the pain, because I don't like pain, he will do what he needs to do to help me. And to him, at first, it looked like it was weak. It was like, that don't match. You so tough. But then you're a little crybaby when it comes to pain, and I really am. But
I know what you need.
Awareness. Okay. You got to be aware of the energy and what I need.
Yeah, my bad for bringing that one back up.
Well, it was a great example, though. Okay, being accountable. That's number 8. Number 8 is being accountable. You have to be accountable to yourself first, and then to your significant other spouse. That means that when you do something wrong, or they say that you've done something that they didn't like, then you have to own that.
Right.
You have to own it. Listen, well, I don't think you should be upset about that, and that really wasn't that bad. Well, it wasn't that bad to you, but it was bad to that individual.
Right.
So then you sit and you talk about those, because it also aligns with the emotional support deal. Being emotionally available.
A lot of things align
all
with
of this
support.
is intertwined into each other, but it's just bringing out those points. So being accountable to yourself and saying, you know what, I was wrong for that.
Right.
And that's a beautiful thing. And I've learned that being able to say I'm wrong, it feels good, because then when you see the other person gets it, they're like, okay, all right, that's fine. But when you have a person that can't never say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, then that's a problem.
Right. It's all about being
I see
humble.
you fine.
You have to, and some of these things that we're talking about, it comes with age. To be honest with you, because as you get older, you get, I think you get more sensitive and more connected emotionally.
Oh, absolutely. The older you get,
and I think you lose some selfishness, and then you add 2 or 3 children in there.
That's a whole nother
Well, I'm
ballgame.
sorry, you add a child, and then that also adds to your taking away your selfishness, because it's not about you anymore.
No, it's not about you. And then you have to
life
divide
used
the
to always
time.
it's about me, my time. When I play golf, when I do this, when I do that. But you throw a child in there, bam.
And if that one person is doing more than the other,
that helps you. Did I cut you off?
No, I'm sorry.
That helps you further in life.
That's right.
That helps you down the road to understand about how to share, how to give, because it's your time. It's not your life. Isn't yours anymore. It's all about your wife. It's about your children, and basically your family.
And your family.
And that's what makes it successful. And the key things are, we can talk about all of these things, but the main thing, and I'll add this to mine.
What's that? This is your number 9?
Yeah, because I just roll into mine. I keep mine as phrases. The main thing that you do is time.
Ooh.
Your time, because time is something you can't get back.
No.
Time is something, you lose. And kids, your marriage, if you're enjoying it, goes by so fast. And the one, like I said, I'm always proud. I may have said this in the previous episode, but I spent time with my family, my kids. Once I got married, all my partners, I got friends, I may select maybe once or twice a year. But once you are married, or once you're in a serious relationship, all of those friends and all that stuff we used to do, hey man, I got these kids, I got my wife.
But even before the kids come, I know you love talking about the kids. But
yeah, I do. I love my kids.
I know you love your kids.
Yeah,
but we were married 3 years before we had kids.
And 3, you're right.
So those 3 years before we had kids.
And I put the time in with you.
Yes, you did.
I wasn't hanging out. Oh, well,
yes, you were. Oh, my goodness. No, you're not going to slide with that one.
Okay.
Oh, you were absolutely hanging out.
But let's clarify this, Ms. Dupard. Only when I went home to New Orleans.
Oh, my. Reggie.
Well, what do you mean, with friends?
No.
Look, when I would go to New Orleans and I would see my old
When you were in Dallas, Texas, and you would see your friends, you would hang out with them sometimes.
When?
You would go places.
Give me a name. I don't even know I know when I would go home, that was a chance for me to see my friends I hadn't seen, my guys I grew up with.
Yeah, as soon as we got to New Orleans, you would change.
And it was a time for you to build a relationship with my dad. So it was time for you to build a relationship.
What you mean? I love my father-in-law, but I didn't need you to just meet me.
And so I would go.
That was time for me to build my relationship with me. Is that right? Wow.
I would go visit my partners I grew up with.
Right. Okay.
Right?
So with that, some of that time that caused neglect.
You know what? And to be quite honest,
because are those friends worth it?
No, that's what I was just about to say. All those days, that time, I could have been spending with you and my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right.
When you get at the end of the day, like those loved ones, like your dad, people, your mom, that you're not gonna have forever. Right. Don't make me feel bad, Ms. Dupard. I start crying here on the air because I would go hang out with my friends and hear my dad. He got like 5 years to live, and I'm hanging out with my partner.
Well, that's your own guilt you need to deal with, because I got all that time.
And it comes out here right here in Dupardology.
Come right on out here. Yeah, that's right. That's good for you.
And see that boy, I tell you,
sorry, y'all.
You ain't right. You ain't right. I'm praying for you, Lord. Help my wife.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes what y'all don't understand is that sometimes your friends, their stuff is so messed up. They don't want you to be happy.
Right.
And in fact, we were in New Orleans
don't get too personal now.
A couple of days ago with the guy that was walking behind us, and he was trying to tell the girl He was walking behind us.
Yeah.
And what you mean personal?
No. I thought you was gonna say
he
something.
We're walking in front. We had Dupardology on the street, y'all.
Yes,
and he
ma'am.
was trying to tell his girlfriend, listen, you with this knucklehead girl, we out here together, and you having to spend more time helping her. She losing stuff. She doing this. She doing that. And Reggie was like,
We were on Canal Street.
he was kicking knowledge to this girl. And so we just stopped. We were like, man, y'all are really having a good conversation. And from that, he was like, am I right? So he asked us our opinion. We had a little counseling session right there on Canal Street. It was the most wonderful thing. And we actually, the young lady actually understood that she felt like she was abandoning her friend. Well, sometimes your friend need to be abandoned, okay?
Right.
If you're 30, 40 some years old and you still making same foolish mistakes,
Right.
why is that your issue? So we as adults have to understand, when do you cut those things off and say,
Those
look,
ties.
you making bad decisions. I'm sorry, you're on your own. I can't continue to be there for you.
You are so
and interrupt my stuff over here. Okay? So that's what you have to do.
That was
pretty,
deep.
That was pretty deep.
I didn't even know we were gonna go there with that.
Well, I didn't either, but that's what Dupardology is. And number 10 is that's mine. Number 10 would be, the last one is acceptance. Acceptance is really hard because you're not only accepting who you are, you're accepting a lot of the baggage that came from previous relationships.
Ooh, that's deep. I didn't know you was gonna hit me with that one.
Well, I didn't either. The Lord just dropped that one right on in. Yeah. Under acceptance, I was talking about accepting yourself, but he says now, the baggage that comes along from previous relationships also folds into sometimes looking like, well, I think you need this. I think you like this because my old girlfriend liked that, or my old boyfriend liked that, or I had a friend who really loves it. Well, that doesn't mean that this new person loves the things that your previous relationships loved. So you have to then decipher, okay, let me research this and verify this first. And first of all, if you're telling them that's what my other girlfriend like, that's already bad. So
yeah. Try not to be bringing up other people. I don't want to hear about. I'm about to say something wrong. I don't hear about your next friend, your other friend. They ain't got time for that. It's about me and my wife. And
your old friend you talking about?
That stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he doesn't like to. On the other hand,
you're perfectly fine. I'm like,
I love talking about it.
So weird. That is so weird.
It is kind of weird. It is a little weird, but I love talking about his old relationship because I'm like, in a kind of way, I'm like, well, what did you even see in those people, and why did they even accept the behaviors?
And just know this, like, guys, like all of your last girlfriend, they all were ugly, and that's how it is, right? And of course, I got the most beautiful wife.
No, you had one girlfriend that was really cute.
But let's not go there.
She was really pretty, and I've always told you that.
But that's fine.
I've always told you she was very pretty. Not all of them were bad, but
I know we know the adjectives you use, but
no, we are not going to say that on Dupardology.
Yes.
Okay, that stays in the house.
This is about positivity,
and that's the other thing.
And we're sharing positivity.
Something stays in the house.
Yes.
Some things we can talk about. Okay, that stays in the house. All right, let's just keep that one in the house. All right. So the last thing before we leave is that, we didn't have social media when we were dating back in the day or whatever. Y'all have social media. Y'all got all kind of stuff going on with people and look at my relationship and look at what we doing. I love that. I love doing it. But I'm not going to put it out there if I'm unhappy or if I know that there's trouble in the camp. Mm-hmm. But I love showing joy and the love that we have.
The positivity. Yeah.
The positivity. But please know this. Because I'm reminded of a celebrity relationship here last year where when you looked on their page, they were in love. They were,
right.
It was beautiful. They were living life and they were doing life. And I'm not going to call out any names.
Well, you probably already have, but go ahead.
But this couple
they're doing it.
I mean, you would have thought they were the couple straight out of heaven, okay? Mm-hmm. And it was like, okay. So then fast forward, they just celebrated some other stuff.
Right, doing things.
Doing all kinds of wonderful things.
The week before, happy.
2 months later, I kid you not, 2 months later, they're announcing they're going through a divorce.
Wow. And you're like, really?
How can that be? So be careful about putting things out there, because somebody definitely missed the memo. Somebody didn't get the message about we showing this beautiful marriage out here, but it's really not real.
And it's interesting sometimes you see people, they're talking about all these great things, and all of a sudden you don't see any pictures on the Instagram.
The pictures are all gone.
They, be like, well, what happened to that person? So
pictures are all gone. They done been removed. They deleted.
Like, oh, you like? Well, I don't see that.
Or are those people that get married and they don't want the world to know that they're married?
They don't go on and say, hey, look, I showed all these wonderful pictures and she's gone. I don't have her. He's gone. You don't hear that. All you just see, they done moved on.
Yeah, they've moved on. So just be careful what you're putting out there. Don't make it so fake that.
Be real, because life isn't about being fake. It's about being real.
It's about being, and let me just say this: anything could happen.
Right.
The enemy can come in at any point, which I pray to heaven every day that he does not come into my marriage. But we do know that there's always a potential. And if that happens, then I'm going to have to own that as well, okay? But I guarantee you, if I thought it was trouble in the camp, we wouldn't be doing this right now.
The Bible says, resist the devil,
and he shall flee
from you. So that's what I live by. We ain't playing. It's too late in the game for foolishness.
It's total foolishness.
Yes.
But
so we're going to keep it moving, and we're going to encourage other people about the things we've experienced, the good and bad.
All of the good and the bad. So, let us know if y'all have any other questions, some subjects that y'all want to discuss that we can bring up later. We just thought that this one is extremely important because we want people to enjoy relationships. Right. Because, listen, we have such fun together. We enjoy life together. Do we? Because you sitting there looking at the screen. I don't understand. What? Do we have fun together?
Yes, we have lots of fun.
I ain't going to have to go delete none of my stuff.
No, we do things, and we stay busy. We like
we
sharing time together. And I know my wife, her thing is she likes to travel. And when we travel, I like to travel too, except I like to come home after about 4 or 5 days.
Well, we do.
She want to stay another 2-3 days, so we have to extend our stay.
But that's only because COVID. We've been locked up for so long. Y'all, we've been locked up for so long.
I want to come back home.
The bed, you're home. Listen, your own bed, and there's no place like home and no place like your own bed. So it gives you peace. But we want you all to at least take some of these tidbits of the things that we've put out here for you guys. Just try to implement some of them in your lives. And if you have a list that we missed or you want to say, okay, we need to add this to the list, please share by all means. It's just that these are the things that work for Dupardology.
And know this, that this whole thing is a process. Everything doesn't happen overnight. Take it as it comes. Enjoy life. Put God first. And just be who you are. Don't try to be something you're not. Ooh, I love my wife. I stay. She knows me. I know her. And we love each other.
Oh, my goodness, Reggie, I'm glad you said that. We missed one thing on this top 10 list, and this is going to cover all of it.
Well, can we do it another day?
No, prayer.
Oh, okay. But, of course, that's the key. We know that. That's like unspoken word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we know it's all about God.
Prayer is the key. Before you do any of this other stuff, prayer
it's all about
first.
God. Yeah, it's all about prayer and God and relationship and Him. Before you even decide to join with that person, you have to talk to God. You can't talk to your mama, your daddy.
Yeah, but I think
it's a God thing.
It is a God thing.
Because God will show you something happen, and God will show you if that person for you or not for you.
That sure is.
Because He said, "Ask and you shall receive; seek and you shall find; knock and the door shall be open to you."
That's right.
So I already know. And I thought everybody, it's about God with us.
It is. So,
and that's even before we do everything, before we come on, before we go to bed, when we wake up in the morning. It's about God.
Right. But in those specific prayers, too. Don't just say, oh, Lord, I pray for me and my marriage. No,
intentional.
I pray that
and
God,
it took me a while. You have to be specific.
You better be serious.
And
Lord, help my husband to be attuned to the energy that I have. Help him to understand when I'm feeling sad. Help me to support my husband. Help me to understand what he's doing, dear Lord. Please show me the ways that I can make him a better man. Please.
And Lord,
how can I make this a better woman?
Help my wife, and just, Lord, give her patience. Lord, may you help her to calm her spirit, Lord. Lord, just work
I
with her,
need
be
prayer.
with
I
her.
really
Yeah.
do, because I can go.
Yes,
I can go
yes.
from 0 to 10 to 100. 0 to 100 with the
you
quickness.
need prayer. You need oil.
Yeah, I need some oil.
You need all over here. So
Thank you. Yeah,
But
anointing. I need some anointing.
Well, we are.
absolutely.
We joking,
Reggie, it's
but
almost an hour we've been on here
Well,
talking.
it's been that long.
I know.
We didn't mean to go this long.
Yeah, we're gonna
It
get
was
off.
good. But just listen and be obedient to what God has to say, and that's the key. Be obedient. And the Bible always says, one of my favorite saying is, "If you're obedient, He will bless you."
He will bless
and
you.
I like that.
Thank you. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yay,
Dupardology.
love you too, Vaughn, Nikki,
Dupardology.
Jonathan. I see y'all out there. And whoever else is out there, I can't really see y'all, but I see the number.
Yes.
So
yes.
thank y'all for joining us, and we will see y'all next time on
Next Friday.
Is it next Friday?
Yes. Today's
yeah.
Friday.
Okay, we playing around with these dates.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're gonna go
we're
Fridays.
playing
We're doing
around.
Fridays. Next Friday. Let's not play around with the
All
dates.
right. We hope to see y'all. Remember to subscribe, like the videos, tell your friends, share.
Please do.
Let
Please do.
everybody know about Dupardology. All right, y'all. Peace out.
Peace.
Yes, we are going.